In this video, you'll learn who is Generation Z and how the 21st century has shaped them. In part one, we covered how one Generation Zer's story began. She was born in 1998, and we'll call her Jennifer Zahn, or Gen Z for short. In this video series, we've been exploring how the Internet of Things, YouTube, artificial intelligence, and more transform the next generation of workers. This in-depth timeline will help you better understand Generation Z. 2007, Gen Z becomes untethered. At age 9, Gen Z is given her first cell phone for the primary purpose of safety and logistics. However, she is soon exposed to the new smartphone that mom and dad own. Today, the average age of a child getting their first smartphone is 10.3 years old. Smartphones mobilize Generation Z to text, socialize, and game on the go. Also at this time, YouTube is growing in popularity, and thanks to the easy-to-use flip video camera, Gen Z is empowered to create and share videos. 3/4 of Generation Z watch YouTube at least weekly. YouTube becomes a go-to resource for entertainment, information, and how-tos. So what have we learned about the Generation Z mindset? Generation Z is a video and mobile-centric generation where their mobile devices serve as the remote control of their lives. The innovation influencer of Generation Z during this time, smartphone and YouTube. 2008, Gen Z extends her digital communication. At age 10, Gen Z doesn't meet the age requirements of Facebook, but that doesn't stop her from lying about her age in order to create an account and begin communicating with her friends. While millennials helped push social media into the mainstream, Generation Z can't remember a world where social media didn't exist. In fact, today, 39% of kids get a social media account at 11.4 years old. Millennials were digital pioneers, but Generation Z, they are the true digital natives. They have not had to adapt to technology because the only world they know is a hyper-connected one where 2 out of 7 people on the planet use Facebook. So what do we learn about the Generation Z mindset? Generation Z is quick to adopt new communication channels and prefers real-time, transparent, collaborative digital communications. The innovation influencer of Generation Z during this time, Facebook. 2009, Gen Z benefits from content curation. At age 11, Gen Z enters middle school with a smart device and the world's information curated into blank search boxes. Gen Z and her peers have become adept researchers and very resourceful due to their early internet access. In fact, 43% of Generation Z teens prefer a digital approach to learning and find it easiest to learn from the internet. Generation Z treats the internet as their external brain and therefore approach problems in a whole new way, unlike any other generation before them. They do not consider parents or teachers as the authority, but rather the internet as the authority. So what have we learned about the Generation Z mindset? Generation Z wants teachers and managers to not be the sole source of their learning, but rather supplement their learning, coaching them through their questions, their mistakes, and their successes. The innovation influencer of Generation Z during this time, search engines. 2010, Gen Z lives an interconnected life. At age 12, Gen Z on a daily basis utilizes 4 to 5 screens: mobile, TV, tablet, laptop, or a game device. She begins collaborating with peers online inside the classroom and via Google Docs by 2012, continuing the work on the way home via a smartphone or tablet. Apple releases the first iPad this year, and then finishes her homework on a laptop at home. Generation Z is executing work in unprecedented ways. Gen Z is becoming increasingly aware of all of the interconnected and smart devices, wearables, smart toys, drones, etc., that impact her life. It's forecasted that 20.4 billion connected things will be in use worldwide by 2020. Eventually, Generation Z will live in a world with 1 trillion interconnected devices that will forever reshape how they live, work, and play. So what have we learned about Generation Z's mindset? Generation Z has developed a much higher instinctual relationship with technology, and the increasingly interconnected world shifts their expectations for how work can and should be executed. The innovation influencer of Generation Z during this time, iPad and the Internet of Things. We'll pick up the rest of Generation Z's story in part 3 and 4 of this video series. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I hope this content was insightful and useful. As a top-ranked Millennial and Generation Z speaker and an Inc.com columnist, I help organizations lead, engage, and sell to the emerging generations, as well as helping them leverage today's workplace trends. If you'd like to have me speak to your organization or at your association, click the link in the description to begin that conversation. Also, if you'd like to learn more strategies and insights like the one shared in this video, click the link in the description to grab your copy of my latest book, The Millennial Manual, the complete how-to guide to manage, develop, and engage millennials at work. And lastly, click subscribe to ensure you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again, and bye for now.